Hello, family, friends, peers, and faculty. My name is Camila Lizarbe Olivares, and I serve as the president of Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall's National Honor Society. I am pleased to welcome you all to today's induction ceremony, as we, the current members of NHS, highlight the remarkable accomplishments of the incoming inductees as new members into our chapter. Today is a day of continuing the legacy of uniting a group of individuals who excel in the pillars of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Most importantly, I would like to congratulate each of the inductees, who I know will make it their mission to honor their dedication to giving back to the community. Each of your achievements, whether they were done on campus or off campus, do not go missed. I only know you will continue to bring your enthusiasm to a society that has a mission to work collaboratively with one another to bring forth impactful projects and ideas to life. To the current members of NHS, I would like to honor each of the distinguished work you have done this past year. Even amongst the obstacles we have faced, I do cherish each of the efforts you have made to keep the spirit of service and open-mindedness alive. Now I will be spotlighting some of the projects undertaken by the various initiatives within the National Honor Society. First off, I cannot go without emphasizing the representation the BIPOC initiative has done to bring Senator William McCohen to be a guest speaker for our school's annual Black History Month. His experiences from college to politics stick strongly with us, as we hope to continue this tradition of celebrating the successes of people from the BIPOC community. Along with this, the BIPOC initiative has hosted a hygiene drive for the Boston Medical Center. Specifically, they have collected products for their refugee women's health clinic and their harm reduction center. Next up is our Students Helping Students initiative. They have proactively strived to maintain the well-being and provide assistance with students on campus. A distinct part of their initiative is the dopamine boost led by Ayelet, who sent weekly affirmation emails to peers and faculty who, in their words, have said, made their day brighter. The peer tutoring program started by another member, Grayson, has promoted peers to make valuable connections with one another when the teacher may not be available. I know this will continue to grow as we, as an NHS-wide initiative, commit to encouraging and fostering academic excellence and mentorship among CHCH. Lastly, we have our Community Art and Community Outreach Initiative. Throughout the year, the Community Art Initiative has made it their duty to host therapeutic rock painting sessions, a small but relaxing moment to provide relief from all stresses. They have worked hand in hand with the Community Outreach Initiative to host exciting, memorable, and cozy evening coffee houses that have shed light to inspire peers, faculty, and their families in sharing their distinct talents to nurture a comfortable, welcoming atmosphere. As our last grand project for the year, all the members have contributed to our 2-day bake sale, in which we almost raised $500 to donate to those in need at Father Bill's. Together, we had the chance and ability to effectively give back and influence our peers and create meaningful change that will continue far into the future. Congratulations once again to our newest members, and thank you all to who have taken part in our prosperity as a society. I will transition on to highlighting the remarkable achievements of our first inductee, Carlos Botero Munoz. Carlos is a junior, and it is his first year at CHCH. From the halls of Model UN conferences across the United States and Colombia, Carlos has earned recognition for his exceptional diplomacy, leadership, and public speaking skills. He was honored 6 times with the title of Best Delegate and 4 times titled Outstanding Delegate. These distinctions speak to his ability to navigate high-level international committees, tackle complex global issues, and inspire his peers. But Carlos's influence extends far beyond international relations. He is the founder of Visible AI, a social media automation agency that uses AI avatars to help entrepreneurs and creators elevate their brand without the need to record content. Through this innovative approach, Carlos has not only generated over $10,000 in revenue, but he's also reshaping how people approach digital presence and brand building in an era defined by content overload. Carlos's entrepreneurial spirit doesn't stop there. He is also the founder of New Mindset, a personal growth program designed for teenagers. As a content creator, Carlos focuses on entrepreneurship, productivity, and self-development, providing valuable insights that inspire his peers to pursue goals with clarity and confidence. In addition to all this, Carlos is also the founder of the Entrepreneurs Club at Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall School, where he leads workshops to inspire students to take leaps progressively and critically. His dedication to nurturing the next generation of entrepreneurs is everything a mentor should embody. Ultimately, Carlos is also the co-founder of New Nexum, a digital marketing agency for real estate professionals. Managing over $10,000 in ad spend, Carlos and his team have mastered the art of multi-platform strategies, helping clients generate valuable leads and grow their businesses. In NHS, Carlos hopes to create programs that promote student learning around artificial intelligence and its practical uses, thus helping his peers become more future-ready. Carlos has also plans to use his profound experience in business and marketing to support and improve fundraising efforts for local organizations around the Waltham and Greater Boston area, making them more impactful and engaging. He looks forward to his time as an NHS member. Please welcome me in introducing Carlos Botero Munoz into the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall chapter of the National Honor Society. Now I would like to welcome Resta Fulabi, who will be introducing our next inductee.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Resta Fulabi, and it is my pleasure to introduce Elsie Concepcion into the National Honor Society. Elsie's confidence and positive spirit have already impacted our community. Elsie plays 2 varsity sports, volleyball and basketball. On these sports teams, she has used her skills not only on the court, but also to uplift team morale. She has been awarded a coach's award for both volleyball and basketball, demonstrating her teamwork and leadership. If you have ever interacted with Elsie, you know she has a warm and welcoming personality. She has demonstrated this spirit throughout her team ministry at her church, creating a space for people to feel welcome and valued. For example, Elsie volunteers at her church's Vocation Bible School, where she mentors kids and teaches about the love of Jesus. She also mentored disadvantaged children in Philadelphia over the summer and served at Camp Hope for Kids, where she encourages children who have overlooked and neglected in their homes. In addition to Elsie's work, she has used her opportunities to provide free health medical care to disadvantaged people in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. Through her work at Philadelphia Hope Youth Corps, she worked closely with the organization called One Day at a Time, where they provided housing for the homeless, support those going through drug rehabilitation, and foster strong connections with the community while enforcing anti-violence. In her NHS application, Elsie states, "I strive to live my life every day with positivity and bring a light to the lives of others. I cannot wait to see how she'll portray her light in this new chapter of National Honor Society. By now, I believe we all can agree that Elsie will make a wonderful addition to next year's chapter of the National Honor Society. So please join me as I proudly welcome Elsie into the National Honor Society." I would now like to welcome Comet Lore, who will introduce our next member.
Hello and good evening. I'm Comet Lori, and I'm happy to introduce Paloma de Lorico Francoeur into our chapter of the National Honor Society. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Paloma for the past few years as a friend and as a technician in theater. Her role as backstage manager has been instrumental to our performances, and I've never met a more dedicated soul when it comes to managing the chaos backstage. As well as working within the school's theater program, Paloma participates in Boston Children's Chorus, displaying leadership by helping organize fun events to bring her community closer together. Her quick thinking and genuine care for people around her constantly shows throughout her everyday life. Working beyond requirements for community service exhibits her passion for helping others in programs like Food Link Hub, Drumlin Farms, More Than Words, and even around our very own campus. Paloma's kindness and care for everyone around her proves just how unwavering her character is in the face of challenges. Although I won't be here to personally witness her future success, I have absolutely no doubt of the joy and wonder she will bring to our chapter of NHS. I can't wait to see all that you accomplish and once again congratulate you as a fellow NHS member. Please join me in welcoming Paloma into our National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Cole Hitter, who will introduce our next member.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cole Hitter, and I'm pleased to introduce Isaac Duran as a new member of our new chapter of the NHS. The leadership experience that have a significant impact on Isaac have been his role as captain on his basketball team, part of student government, and class president for 3 years in Costa Rica. At Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall, he is part of Cavalry and gives tours to prospective students. All of these have shown his all-around leadership and role setting, added to the school spirit, and has led to positive relationships with the school. He has inspired positive behavior in others and demonstrates leadership in the classroom, in school activities, and off campus. The service qualities that have a significant impact on Isaac have been his participation in the Special Olympics activities, volunteering for service at a basketball team in Costa Rica. Isaac also went with a pro basketball team in Costa Rica to visit different schools in the area to promote basketball and sport in young communities and to promote a healthy and active lifestyle. Please join me in welcoming Isaac into National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Harut Gibson, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello, my name is Harut Gibson, and I would like to introduce Matilda Green. Today, we celebrate the induction of remarkable students into the National Honor Society, and among them is Matilda, a leader whose empathy, creativity, and quiet strength truly stands out. Whether she's guiding new players on varsity teams, leading the Feminist Club and Let's Chat Club, or organizing events that spread kindness and awareness, Matilda leads with purpose, consistency, and care. Her communication skills and openness to others create space for meaningful collaboration and positive change. Matilda's service is deeply connected to her passions, from volunteering with children to coordinating mental health initiatives and supporting Rosie's Place. She gives her time generously and without seeking recognition. Her projects reflect a desire to help others feel seen, supported, and valued. What makes Matilda exceptional is her deep self-awareness and commitment to growth. She's working to improve time management, confidence, and stepping outside of her comfort zone, but never lose sight of her values: kindness, integrity, and hard work. Her willingness to grow and give back makes her a powerful addition to the National Honor Society, and we're proud to celebrate her today. Please join me in welcoming Matilda Green into the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Kate Lindenberg, who will introduce our next member.
Hello, my name is Kate Liebenberg, and it is my pleasure to welcome Finn Gunther into the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall chapter of the National Honor Society. Though it is only her first year here, Finn has already made a massive impact on our community. She always tries her best to show up with a positive attitude and is eager to succeed. She puts incredible amounts of time and effort into school assignments. Outside of the classroom, Finn has excelled on the soccer and lacrosse teams this year and was a top goal scorer and defender in both sports. She hosted the first team dinner for the girls' soccer team, which harbored a strong sense of community within the team. Finn works as a head counselor at horseback riding sleepaway camp, where she cares for around 16 kids and 40 horses. She helps the kids learn to ride horses while also ensuring the safety of both the campers and the horses. Additionally, she's spent over 150 hours volunteering at Bina Farm, giving children with special needs the opportunity to ride horses. Finn also served as the captain of a varsity polo team outside of school, which taught her the importance of maintaining an encouraging attitude even in the face of adversity. She recently went all the way to California to participate in the National Polo Tournament, which was held for only the best girls' polo teams in the nation. There, she received the Sportsmanship Award, which is given to one player who exemplifies integrity and a positive attitude. Finn is incredibly respectful, aware of her surroundings, and empathetic towards others. She exemplifies the qualities of a member of NHS, and I have no doubt that she will make great strides in our chapter to better the community. Please join me in welcoming Finn into the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Jordan Martin, who will introduce our next new member.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jordan Martin. Today I have the honor of introducing Finley Gwyn Landry into the CHH chapter of National Honor Society. She's known for her leadership on and off the field and serving her community inside and outside of school. Given that, she's going to be an amazing addition to NHS. Finley has gone above and beyond to give back to her community. She volunteers with migrant children who were separated from their families in Mexico. She also participated in a 2-week community service program in which she helped clean up hiking trails and volunteered at Caretaker Farm. Inside of school, Finley has toured prospective students, making them feel welcome in a new space. She's also spoken on the board for prospective students, knowing it's not a simple decision to pick a new school. She shared her experience honestly and authentically. Finley is a special candidate because she's willing to work on becoming more of a leader and taking on more responsibility in the future. She continues to try and stay positive and demonstrate resilience in tough situations. One of her strongest qualities is her empathy. She strives to make everyone feel comfortable and included. While giving tours, she makes sure all voices are heard and leads by example. She's a hard worker and stays dedicated to her education and future. Whether it's taking on challenges in the classroom or helping others out on the soccer or lacrosse field, Finley always gives her 100%. Please join me in welcoming Finley Gwyn Landry to the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Iris Long, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello, my name is Atlas Reddy, and I'm excited to welcome Katharina Heiss into the National Honor Society. At the age of 15, she moved from Vienna to the United States by herself, and both in Vienna and since coming to the US, Katharina has chased opportunities, both to help others and to explore her own interests. In Vienna, she participated in a volunteer program, handing out food and toiletries to people in need and the homeless, and playing with their kids. Along with that, she volunteered at her church, cooking food for people in need and selling goods at the church cafe in order to donate the money earned to people in need. Now at CHCH, she participates in the girls' varsity tennis team, girls' varsity basketball team, and the girls' varsity soccer team, where she earned the award for Most Improved Player. During projects both inside and outside of school, Katharina strives to pursue leadership roles. One of her most notable leadership roles was during her time volunteering with the Special Olympics during the fall and winter, and she was pushing for it to be hosted in the spring as well. Along with that, Katharina holds a student leader role in the Walk for Hunger to raise money for people in need. Welcome, Katharina Heiss, to the CHCH chapter of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Camila Lazarve Oliveras to introduce our next member.
Thank you, Atlas. It is my great pleasure to introduce and speak on behalf of the amazing accomplishments by Anicia Chodowska. Anicia is a current sophomore, and it is her first year at CHCH, where she has proactively made efforts to get involved in the CHCH community, to serve as a supporter, and most importantly, a great friend to her peers. I cannot go without emphasizing that Anicia knows 5 languages that include Ukrainian, Russian, German, English, and Spanish. It is always fun to learn new words from her and other languages as someone who only knows 2. Her linguistic expertise not only enriches her academic experience, but also allows her to connect with peers and people from diverse backgrounds. Anicia's leadership also extends far beyond academics. She was voted class president not just here, but also in her schools in Ukraine and Germany, showcasing her ability to lead with integrity, confidence, and a true desire to represent her peers. Her leadership didn't stop at school elections. She also served as the varsity tennis captain, where she inspired her peers and teammates through both her athletic skill and her unwavering dedication to the sport. Anicia's success on the tennis court is a reflection of her determination and team spirit, qualities that make her an exceptional leader. Furthermore, her commitment to helping others is evident through her responsibilities as a Special Olympics leader, by building connections and providing encouragement that the children in the program needed to thrive as young athletes. Aside from her leadership in sports, Anicia has participated in club activities like Model UN and as a tour guide for CHCH's cavalry program, developing her public speaking skills, welcoming visitors, and sharing her knowledge with others. Finally, Anicia volunteered at an animal shelter in Germany, providing care and support to animals in need. This reflects her compassionate nature and her desire to make the world a better place, no matter the cause. In NHS, Anicia would like to lead volunteer trips to hospitals, where members can visit patients. Anicia, your dedication, leadership, and compassion make you a perfect fit for the National Honor Society. Now, please, let's all congratulate Anicia on her, her induction to the National Honor Society. Please welcome Adriana Smidgel, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello everyone, my name is Adriana Schmigel, and today I have the honor of introducing Leila Larea. Leila has proven herself to be an active member of the community both before and during her time at Chapel Hill, using her opportunities to the fullest. Originally from New Jersey, Leila distinguished herself among her peers as a peer tutor at her local middle school. Among her impressive academics, this led to her acceptance into the SEEDS program, a selective organization for high-achieving students, which provided her with the opportunity to attend a school in Massachusetts. The transition to a boarding school came easily for her, as she had spent her summers at various boarding schools along the East Coast since the age of 13. Leila's solid academic background had prepared her well for high school, and she has maintained straight A's, earning recommendations for all honors classes in her upcoming junior year. With prior experience of activism at a local food bank in her hometown and her efforts to improve her community by cleaning up streets and parks, Layla continually contributes wherever she is. Since she arrived at Chapel Hill, she has been an irreplaceable member of the community. Layla has actively participated in numerous clubs and student organizations, most notably the Student of Color Alliance, where her leadership abilities truly shine. Her genuine care for those in need is evident in her continual attendance at the Special Olympics held at the school. As a newly inducted member of NHS, she has set ambitious goals, including creating volunteering opportunities at an animal shelter and organizing a pet supply drive. Layla's commitment to improving her community is clear, and I do not doubt that she will accomplish great things in the future. As for now, her drive and sense of responsibility will undoubtedly make her an exceptional NHS member. Please join me in welcoming Layla Larrea into our chapter of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Ali Palmer, who will introduce our next member.
Hi, my name is Ali Palmer, and today I have the honor of introducing Lua Larea. Lua Larea is a person I can truly describe as honest, kind, disciplined, and trustworthy. During his time at CHCH, he has shown leadership in many ways, such as being an active member in SOCA, Model UN, Calvary, and the Entrepreneurs Club. Additionally, he has shown great leadership in co-curriculars such as being a team captain of the boys soccer team. He has participated in lacrosse and learned a lot about how to interact with others in a new setting. He is passionate about helping people in unfortunate situations because of his firsthand experience. Being in a role where he can work with others who share that passion is something very valuable to him. If you were to ask Luel by the time he felt he made a difference and learned a skill, you would hear about his experience of being a teacher's assistant that showed him the real meaning of being in a leadership role. While learning more about himself and gaining the skills needed, he actively serves the community. Although there were ups and downs, he moved forward and has demonstrated perseverance, fine qualities for an NHS member. Someone who can show up, put aside any personal issues, and lead, as well as contribute thoughts and ideas. I have no doubt that Luel will contribute to our chapter of NHS and that NHS will contribute to his growth as an individual. So please join me in welcoming Luel Larea as an official member of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Alex Panos, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello, I'm Alex Panos, and it's my pleasure this evening to introduce Romeo Martinez. This community knows Romeo Martinez as a leader and a loyal friend. As an athlete, Romeo demonstrates his determination and persistence. As the goalie and captain for the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall lacrosse team, he is a two-time All-NEPSAC winner and also plays for the Harlem lacrosse national team and has recently made the under-19 Puerto Rican national team roster. It's pretty cool. As a leader in his community, Romeo uses his leadership skills to coach younger lacrosse players in Harlem. He is also captain of the 2024 Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall soccer team. Romeo is also determined in his academic pursuits, constantly displaying hard work, determination, and intelligence in the classroom. But Romeo is more than his incredible accomplishments. He is a natural leader and always gives 100% in every aspect of his life. He's a constant positive influence on our school. His friends, teammates, and coaches describe him as talented, competitive, and a patient leader. He's consistently optimistic, always kind and generous, and eager to take advantage of every opportunity. I do not doubt that Romeo will do incredible things for the National Honor Society and the world. Please welcome Romeo Martinez into our chapter of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Sam Pacheco, who will introduce our next member.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sam Pacheco, and I am happy to introduce someone who has shown strong leadership and dedication to community service, Will Noble. Will has shown a strong interest in community service through his interest in starting a nonprofit organization that raises money for families who need neuropsych evaluations. Will's community service goals also include using NHS as an opportunity to further grow his nonprofit plan and help organize more community service opportunities on campus. Will has also demonstrated his strong leadership skills through his work as a ski instructor at Mad River Glen and on campus, where he has participated in many activities such as lacrosse, soccer, and basketball, where he further demonstrated his leadership skills. Please join me in welcoming Will Noble into the CHDH chapter of the National Honor Society. Now, please welcome Elena Garcia, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello, my name is Elena Garcia, and I am pleased to introduce our next new member, Junha John Pan. At CHCH, John has grown not only as a student, but as a leader, teammate, and community member. He takes pride in his academic achievements and actively participates in school activities. Over time, he has learned to speak up in class, take initiative, and help resolve conflicts. John also knows the importance of proactive service, time management, and listening with patience and empathy. His commitment to improving himself in both leadership and character reflect his belief in leading by example and serving with purpose. I am honored to welcome John into our chapter of the National Honor Society. Now please welcome Grayson Gordon, who will introduce our next member.
Hello, I'm Grayson Gordon, and I'm introducing Garvey Polak as our next member in CHEH's chapter of the National Honor Society. Garvey is a kind and optimistic member of our community who wants to help the community in any way that he can, volunteering whenever possible. As a volunteer, he's loyal to whatever task he must undertake and happily does so. He's helped his local communities in various ways. He's worked at a coffee cart, his local homeless shelter, and a Thanksgiving food drive. He's an active member of his community in other ways as well. He's an engaged participant in the CHCH theater community and is also applying to be a counselor in training at a camp near his hometown. Garvey demonstrates good character in nearly every aspect. He exemplifies a positive attitude and is kind and respectful to others both in and outside of the classroom. In a school setting, he takes academic initiative and is resourceful with problem solving, which is an attribute that will be useful in any environment. Not only that, but Garvey strives to grow in any way. He is passionately oriented towards improvement and strives to grow as a member of the communities he belongs to. He'll bring this with him to the CHCH chapter of National Honor Society, and we are excited to see him flourish. Please join me in welcoming Garvey to the CHCH chapter of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Sarah Antonetti, who will introduce our next new member.
Thank you, Grayson. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Antonetti, and it is my pleasure this evening to introduce Mira Rath. Mira has demonstrated her eligibility for the National Honor Society through all the pillars of NHS: leadership, service, and character. She has highlighted key aspects related to each. As a member of the Boston Children's Chorus since age 7, she sings about various social justice issues with her peers. In her application, she stated, "My passion is leading the younger choir members and helping them become more confident, and this in turn gives me so much meaning." This showcases her leadership and empathy towards her younger choir mates. Mira has volunteered over 20 hours for the Special Olympics, discovering a passion for assisting children in need and eagerly anticipating her future service. Personally, I can attest to Mira's character. She is kind and thoughtful. Though she may seem shy in theater, I've seen her grow into a funny, loving person over the past year. Mira leads with kindness, and to quote her again, that all people deserve to be treated equally, and it doesn't matter where you live or who you are. Please join me in welcoming Mira Rath into the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Avery Peterson, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello, I'm Avery Peterson, and I have the pleasure of introducing Elijah Ryan as our next member of NHS. Whether it's his strenuous work in Upperfield or his relentless support for Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall community, Elijah has made a prodigious impact on the school. His role as class president has proven to all of us that Elijah is a leader. Elijah didn't start one club, but two. Both Cooking Club and D&D Club made purposeful impacts on our campus. I know from personal experience that Elijah Ryan will not just maintain the school we have, but strive to improve it with blood, sweat, and tears. Through his hard work, commitment, compassion, and dedication, he'll surely be a valuable addition to NHS. Please welcome me in welcoming Elijah Ryan into the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall chapter, the Honor Society. What's up? Let's do this. Yeah, I would now want to welcome Isis, who will introduce our next member.
Hello, I'm Isis Dakona Johnson, and I am thrilled to welcome Sienna Risden into the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall chapter of the National Honor Society. Sienna brings a quiet strength and a genuine kindness to every part of her life. Sienna embodies the ideals of kindness and community. Her commitment extends far beyond school. She has delivered flowers at Rosie's Place on Mother's Day, volunteered at Boston Medical Center's Baby Cafe, and even assisted homeless individuals with employment help. This demonstrates her longtime and profound personal dedication to service. She brings consideration and intention to everything she does, both on and off campus. At CHCH, whether she's on the volleyball or lacrosse team, contributing to Calvary Club, Sienna is a steady and dependable presence. She takes charge and embraces leadership without desiring attention, constantly encouraging and helping people in the process. Her genuineness is what distinguishes Sienna. She demonstrates that being a leader isn't always about having the loudest voice. Rather, it's about being trustworthy, sympathetic, and acting morally. She does this by helping those in need and being there for friends when they need a helping hand. Please join me in welcoming Sienna to the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Max Bayern, who will introduce our next new member.
My name is Max Barron, and it is my pleasure to introduce Aiden Schreiber. Aiden has been able to volunteer with the Special Olympics through CHCH, supporting special needs kids and helping facilitate an environment where they can challenge themselves and have fun with their parents, as well as in providing an opportunity for children to physically learn and grow. Outside of CHCH, Aiden has also volunteered with Community Servings, an organization that seeks to help provide individuals that have medically specialized or complex diets the meal plans that they may otherwise not be able to fulfill. As a volunteer, Aiden would help pack meal kits with nutritious food, load delivery vans for individuals and families in need, as well as washing dishes and hauling food. Aiden has also been a consistent volunteer with places such as the Children's Room and Experience Camp, organizations that help children experiencing loss and grief find community and solace. As a member of the NHS, Aiden hopes to continue to focus on and spread awareness about the effects of grief on adolescents, as well as continuing to help and provide support to those in need. Please join me in welcoming Aiden Schreiber into the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Ashley Kendall, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello, I'm Ashley Kendall, and I'd like to introduce Nana Simpson. Throughout her time at Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall, Nana has demonstrated that she would be a good addition to National Honor Society. Nana often volunteers at Learn to Skate, Learn to Play, to teach children how to skate and play ice hockey. As well as that, Nana has shown that she's a caring neighbor by helping the elderly in her neighborhood. Nana has shown her commitment to many clubs, such as Let's Chat Club and Feminist Club. She shows dedication to the co-curricular activities, such as cross-country, tennis, and soccer. Nana has shown that she is a hard worker, excellent team player, and truly a kind and honest person. Please welcome Nana Simpson to our chapter of National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Iris Wong to introduce our next member.
Hi, I am Iris Wong, and I am thrilled to welcome Stella Song into the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall chapter of the National Honor Society. Stella believes in leading with heart in the community, and her experience as a classroom assistant in an elementary school, spending time with children and helping with lessons, taught her what it means to lead with sensitivity and care. As an international ambassador at CHCH, she has played a role in helping and understanding her friends as they adjust to a new environment. She also believes that art is a powerful language that goes beyond expression, and it's the easiest way to understand and communicate with different backgrounds. She is passionate about promoting cultural diversity through exhibitions and creative activities, and she hopes to share that value with more people in the future. As part of the NHS, she wants to engage with the wider world through projects that connect art and service. I have no doubts that she will accomplish wonderful things. Please join me in congratulating Stella on her membership in the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome back Harut Gibson, who will introduce another of our new members.
Hi, you're probably familiar with me now. I'm Harut Gibson, and I would like to introduce Charlie Stamler. Charlie Stamler, whose leadership, service, and strength of character shines through in everything he undertakes, whether he's captaining the boys' varsity lacrosse team, leading outreach through the Jewish Teen Initiative, or co-founding the lacrosse club, Charlie demonstrates what it means to lead by example. Charlie's commitment to service is just as impressive. From volunteering in schools in Aruba and Thailand to mentoring as a Calvary leader, he works to uplift others through action and inclusion. He's certified in mental health first aid and is always looking for new ways to give back, like his idea to teach local kids about sustainable fishing. What makes Charlie stand out even more is his honesty about growth. He's working on becoming more accountable and proactive, especially in tracking his service and managing his time. His modesty and willingness to improve are just as valuable as his many accomplishments. Charlie's dedication, resilience, and inclusive spirit make him a true asset to his community. Please join me in welcoming Charlie Stamler into the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Tina Yee, who will introduce our next member.
Hi, my name is Tina Ye, and I'm pleased to welcome Xinjing Alisa Sun as a new member of our NHS community. Alisa is a motivated, responsible student who has always shown leadership potential. In her first year coming to CHCH, Alisa, along with Iris and 6 other classmates, prepared a Chinese New Year lunch for the entire school and led 5 different celebrations. She also gave an impressive and confident speech in front of everyone. During this year's AAPI Heritage Month, Alisa once again demonstrated her care for the community. She took the initiative to help purchase Asian snacks and distribute them to her 10th grade classmates, adding a touch of cultural exchange to the campus. Alisa is rigorous in her studies, dedicated in her service, and has excellent interpersonal communication skills. I am sure that she will continue to make an impact in NHS and become a trusted collaborator and leader. Now, please join me in welcoming Alisa to the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Xavier Marsh, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello everyone, I am Xavier Marsh, and I am honored to introduce Mikey Swift into CHCH chapter of the National Honor Society. I've had the great pleasure of knowing Mikey for a few years now. He embodies empathy and academic excellence, striving to encourage his fellow peers in taking on leadership roles both in and outside of the classroom. Mikey is an active member here at CHCH Calvary program, where he takes the time to give prospective students tours around campus, as well as contributing his time at the open houses in the fall. He is also an active member of co-curricular activities and clubs, participating regularly in the theater program, where he takes his humor and positive energy onto the stage with him, earning him the Spirit Award in this year's fall play. Besides leadership he demonstrates here at CHCH, Mikey volunteers at the Woolley Foundation, an organization that works to giving struggling families gifts during the holidays, as well as for Boston's Walk of Hunger. Mikey's strong academic success, empathy, and leadership will help contribute to the NHS and his community. I am very proud of him and can't wait to see the work he does in the future. Please join me in welcoming Mikey Swift into the National Honor Society. Please join me. I would now like to welcome Nate Dodge, who will introduce our next member.
Hello, I'm Nate Dodge, and it's my pleasure this evening to introduce Michael Van. As an academically driven student with a strong commitment to service and leadership, Michael has dedicated himself to both educational excellence and community engagement through activities like NASA's Plant the Moon's Last March Challenge and volunteering with the Special Olympics. His experience in teaching Aikido to individuals with Down syndrome and autism has cultivated empathy and patience, while participation in the Model United Nations has sharpened his critical thinking and collaborative skills. Beyond earning a gold award in the Advancement Innovation Global Competition for developing handmade paper from banana stems to combat deforestation, Michael has consistently demonstrated willingness to take on challenges, support peers, and maintain the highest standards of integrity in all of his endeavors. Michael hopes to continue to grow as a leader by embracing opportunities to serve others and contribute positively to the school community as a member of the National Honor Society. Please join me in welcoming Michael Van into the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Zoe Theodoro, who will introduce our new next member.
Hello, my name is Zoe Theodoro, and I would like to introduce George Vargas. George has had many memorable experiences doing community service, but one in particular that he's most proud of was when he helped on a political campaign in Massachusetts for a clerk magistrate. With the help of his dad, George got more involved in politics and learned how community service can take many forms, including participating in democracy and taking the initiative to stay informed and engaged in the larger world. Through participating in the campaign, he learned how to take initiative, communicate effectively, and contribute to something bigger than himself. George has also participated in new activities like lacrosse and Model United Nations, which have pushed him to challenge himself and develop leadership skills in new and different settings. As a new member of the NHS community here, George is excited to continue learning, growing, and giving back to his community. He looks forward to taking on leadership opportunities, participating, organizing events, or simply being a reliable member of the NHS community. Please join me in welcoming George Vargas into the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Josemary Chavez, who will introduce our next new member.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Josemary Chavez, and today I have the honor of introducing Ben Warren. At CHCH, Ben has served as a club leader for mock trial, where he helps create and present cases, organize plans, and keep his team on track. His leadership extends far beyond the classroom. For over 7 years, Ben has been a dedicated scout, rising through the ranks to become assistant senior patrol leader, helping guide younger scouts, lead hikes, and plan service projects. Ben's dedication to service goes beyond what's required, from volunteering at Cradles to Crayons to volunteering to gut and clean buildings flooded by Hurricane Helen. He's always willing to step up and help others. Ben is also a problem solver who stays calm under pressure and leads with respect. He listens, supports his peers, and leads by example. Please join me in welcoming Ben Warren into Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall's chapter of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Ayelet Rothman-Shore, who will introduce our next new member.
Hello everyone, my name is Ayelet Rothman-Shore, and I am excited to welcome Harrison Yan into the CHCH chapter of the National Honor Society. Harrison enjoys giving back to his community, coaching young lacrosse players, managing the clock during games, and in other supporting roles. Harrison also uses his media skills to document and raise awareness for organizations by providing photos and videos for their social media websites. Harrison also helps elderly neighbors by helping to maintain their properties, such as mowing lawns and fixing appliances. In school, Harrison enjoys supporting his teammates in JV soccer and varsity lacrosse. He also serves as a media intern in the winter, taking photos of CHCH athletes to celebrate their performance. I am sure that Harrison will be a valuable addition to the NHS ranks. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Harrison Yan into the CHCH chapter of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome back Rosemary Chavez, who will introduce our final new member of the evening.
Hello again. I'm Rosemary Chavez, as you know, and today I have the honor of introducing Julian Youngblood. At CACH, Julian has shown leadership and service through various experiences, both in and outside of school. He has been a member of the Ultimate Frisbee team for 3 years and also was a manager for the wrestling team, roles that taught him how to support others and stay organized under pressure. Outside of school, he has volunteered at a local food pantry where he directly supported those in need, and he's worked at a summer camp guiding kids through activities while mentoring younger staff. He's also taken on responsibilities at Welland Montessori School, helping students learn and grow in a flexible and creative environment. Julian is someone others turn to for help. Friends, classmates, and coworkers see him as a dependable, encouraging, and consistent person who leads by showing up, listening, and being there for others. Please join me in welcoming Julian Youngblood into Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall's chapter of the National Honor Society. I would now like to welcome Comet Lore, our NHS Vice President, to say a few words.
Hello again. I am Comet Lori, the Vice President of the CHCH chapter of the National Honor Society. I am so incredibly proud of all the new members this year, but also our current ones. We have pushed hard to make many events on campus possible, and the outstanding amount of creativity continues to amaze me. All of our inductees have shown characteristics of leadership and drive for the community, as well as scholarship, which I have no doubt will only add to our chapter of NHS here at CHCH. I'd like to give another big warm welcome to all our new inductees this year. Throughout the long 4 years here, I have met many of the staff. The workers who keep our campus clean and the kitchen staff who prepare meals 3 times daily for the entire campus. There's admission staff working to create wonderful experiences for newcomers and the teachers who support us unconditionally. And of course, there's the people at Morgan Hall that run our school. Though you might not see them all that often, they're working behind the scenes to make sure our school runs smoothly. On the occasion that you might see the man, the myth, the legend himself, you can undoubtedly tell it's him from the bright pink clothing accessories he sports with his swagger daily. His charismatic support for students and everlasting energy is electric and lights up everyone around him. So it's my absolute honor to introduce our head of school, Dr. Lance Conrad.
Good evening, and thank you, Comet, for the gracious introduction. I am both pleased and flattered that you readily acknowledged my colorful fit. TBH, I think it's fire. You know, at 55 years of age, it is tough to keep up with the Gen Zers here. Their creativity, their creations, but I certainly try, and I'm probably sure that most of you try to keep up with them as well. Kudos to you, Comet, and for the rest of you for keeping it real and keeping us older folks relevant. Before reading the oath to our inductees, please allow me to take a moment to warmly welcome you to today's National Honor Society induction ceremony. We are recognizing the work of 29 exceptional students with membership into the CHCH chapter of the National Honor Society. That is the largest number of new inductees we've ever had in the school's history. As Camilla noted earlier, the NHS is the nation's premier organization established to recognize outstanding high school students. More than just an honor roll, NHS serves to honor those students who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. These characteristics have been associated with membership in the organization since its establishment a century ago. Today, we estimate that more than 1 million students annually participate in activities of the National Honor Society. NHS chapters exist in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, many U.S. territories, as well as Canada. Chapter membership not only recognizes students for their accomplishments, but also challenges them to develop further through active engagement and involvement in community activities and community service. In reviewing the National Honor Society Constitution, I can affirm that the four main purposes of NHS chapters hold true here at CHCH. Pulling the words directly from the Constitution, our very own chapter maintains the responsibility to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop character in students. These purposes also translate into the criteria used for membership selection right here in our local chapter. I am pleased to report that this has been and will continue to be the guiding light for our selection process in the NHS chapter at CHCH. At this time, I'd like to pause and invite the newest members of our National Honor Society chapter to stand. Candidates, please repeat after me each line in the oath of the National Honor Society. I pledge myself always to seek the light of truth, to hold scholarly habits, to engage in worthy service, and to lead forward in all things that shall advance the welfare of the school. Guests, please join me in congratulating this year's inductees. It's that easy. Before we conclude these proceedings, I would like to thank the Chapel Hill Chauncey Hall National Honor Society Faculty Council, particularly Mr. Will Bailey, for shepherding this important rite of passage. As we complete the final days of the school year, this event marks both the beginning of an end and, frankly, an end of a beginning for our community of teachers and students. We wish you all the very best in concluding your academic endeavors this year. To the members of the class of 2025, we look forward to honoring you in various ways in the days ahead. Now, tomorrow, on your senior skip day, that is a planned senior skip day to Nantasket Beach, I ask those members of the class of 225 to make good decisions. I now thank you all for attending and invite you to join us down the hall in the Learning Commons for a short reception. Good evening and thank you.